just to compare that bonnet that I'm repairing, I just wanted to show what I've worked on so far. And this is the rear deck lid. Rear deck lid is now painted Lotus white. If you look really closely, you know, up against the light, there's a tiny bit of orange peel, but overall, since I'm going, I mean, this is better than my bus, so I'm going for a basically functional, no rust. I reinstalled this guy here, and what I've got is I refurbished this part here, and I made sure that that light works. And I ordered the little grommet, or whatever that rubber piece is, and this then will, let's see, it goes right like this, and this is the license plate piece, which is going to go underneath. And so I made sure that that works. And you know, overall, when I look at this, I think that this piece looks really pretty good. So what I'm hoping is to get the front bonnet in the same exact condition as this. That is to say, sand it down, paint it, do the metal work, and then I'll set it here while I do the rest of the work on the Beetle. And the other thing that I did is I took off this just to kind of get started. I took this off. It was a different color. I took off the button and I took off this little trim piece, and I realized, like, the trim piece is not perfect, but if you take, you know, 2000 grit sandpaper and you go over that trim piece, you can get most of the junk off of it. And I think this looks great. Hey, if I could get the dash to look like this, I think that would be a win. As I said, there's also a tiny bit of orange peel on that, but I'm just not I'm not an automotive painter. I like the finish on that. I just did just enough clear coat so that it has a little shine to it, but it's not overly glossy. So, as I said, trying to get the rear bonnet to look like that. Oh, sorry, the front bonnet to look like that. Okay, well, I have the pans. So I have some weld-through primer. That's this white junk. And I have a sheet metal screw there, as well as one here. And it's holding it in place. So I need to drill the 1/4-inch holes every about inch or so and weld that down. So I'll try to do that tomorrow. Then I did the world's worst job of fixing the beak of this sort of hood bonnet here. You know, I'm just gonna keep sanding it down and welding it and seeing if I can make it flat enough to hold some Bondo or something, so I don't have to buy another one of these. Fixing one more repair here, but I ran out of my welding spool, so I have to go get some more flux core. I think it's 0.25, 25, whatever it is. So, but yeah, this looks really pretty bad. I'm thinking about starting over on that, but maybe I can get it to work. They say you don't usually see the very tip of this because it's down low, but anyway, well, we'll see. All right, I've now welded in the floor pans, so let's see. I kind of sanded down the top because it was very bumpy. My welding is very questionable. But you can see here, all along there. And then I couldn't get in here to grind this, but I said it's gonna have seam sealer, and it's gonna have yeah, here there's a little bit of a gap, but you know, I welded this down pretty good. I think that's pretty solid. And then here to this guy here, and it's the same on the other side here. This one's a little messier. It's almost like I got more less patience as I did it. So but you know, that's a first step in just getting this chassis restored, is just to have the floor not be totally rusted out. So, you know, I have to decide how much I'm going to do. I don't think I'm going to make this like a perfectly restored chassis. I think it's more like I'm going to wire brush it a little bit, put some rust reformer on, say, front beam, and I don't think I'm going to touch the torsion things in there, but I will probably, because of this, like look at this, I will redo the tie rods, or at least the tie rod ends. I think the tie rods themselves are okay, and then I'll probably will replace this dampener, tie rod ends. I got new struts are shipping on the way. I got the old style, so we'll see how those look. Other than that, yeah, I mean, I've got to redo the brakes, so, you know, right in here, got the brake master cylinder, and then I'm going to have to get, put back my pedal mechanism. I'm going to refurbish that, and I'll have to, I guess, weld in a throttle, gas pedal. And I'm gonna probably, well, I don't know if this is restorable, but I will take off the emergency brake. I mean, this looks like it might be restorable, actually. That would save me having to buy that, and it's probably thicker metal. Yeah, I think I can probably restore this. I'll probably paint it black rather than this dark gray that it was. And this guy here, this all looks good. I should be able to use all of this stuff with the shifter. In the back, you know, I've got to redo all of my brake lines, and then of course I have to take off each of the four wheels. It sounds like, you know, listen here. Sounds like the bearings are shot. Either that or the brake pads are rubbing, but I would assume that the bearings are shot, so I'll probably have to get a bearing kits for all the wheels. So, all right. All right, here's the progress. So I was taking off the two shocks here, and I actually broke one of these torsion arms, this one right here, and then I took the other one off, and this one has a thicker thing, so clearly they're not non-matching. This one had a different bushing on it, so I ordered you know, two new used torsion arms, and I'm gonna, you know, clean up this whole front beam. I ordered these rubber stoppers, and you know, I'm just gonna have to do this whole front end here, just refurbish everything. But I'm happy about, you know, I did a bunch of scrubbing this off and rust work in terms of getting this looking pretty good. And I also I got 4 new fenders, and so what I'm doing is I'm just doing these kind of one at a time. This is the first one. This is one of the rear fenders. So I've got this painted. I don't have the clear coat on it yet. It's still drying. I'm just gonna slowly do one at a time, and what I've done is I went ahead and did the inside of it black. That might wind up with some kind of a wheel well coating on it, like that rubberized coating. I'm not sure, but for right now I'm just doing a gloss black on the inside and then Lotus white on the outside. I think it looks pretty good, and just got to do the clear coat on it. The other thing is I got the old engine up on the stand and running, so I'm trying to sell this motor. I got the motor that's gonna go in the Beetle here, and so, you know, that is the progress. This is now all welded in. You can see here, you know, ground this down a little bit, and I'm trying to scrape off this like weird padding that or sound insulation or whatever that was there. so that I can paint this part of it, you know, like I've done here. I ordered the grommet for this plate here, and I ordered the brake lines and stuff for going here, so I'll be able to do the pedal assembly with the brakes here in a bit. And I have to do the, I guess, the kingpin. I got to do the seals or bushings or whatever here on these, and pull those out. Hopefully they'll come out. I have a pull hammer. I'm not exactly sure what I'm gonna have to do. And I ordered the tie rod ends, so I'm gonna keep these tie rods. Hopefully they're still gonna work fine if I clean them up, paint them black. And I ordered a new sort of shock absorber for the steering mechanism. So we're gonna see how that does. Then I gotta open up these wheel drums and see how bad they look and what I need. I probably may need new bearings. All right, that's the progress.